Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Zmore the Dad in DPS, and we're back again with another video. Now today is the triumphant return of legendary crafting to the channel. It's been a while, and I thought I wanted to do something a little bit different. So, what the hell are we going to be crafting today? Well, you're going to have to find out in a couple of seconds, but before that, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to support the channel more, there is the coffee link down below, and you can always click that join button to become a YouTube member. So, let's see what I craft. So if you guessed plasma casters, well, you're right. I haven't really ever used a good version of this weapon. I've had some versions of it, but nothing particularly great. So I am looking forward to seeing if I can create something amazing. Now, unfortunately, the way this works is I'm just going to make a bunch of them and then we're going to look at them in the new tab. Because, unfortunately, with plasma casters, unless I crafted a bunch of legendary ones and then edit them, it's not going to work the regular legendary crafting way. And I potentially have a chance of getting some really good ones out of this, and more than I normally would. So let's see what happens. Let's craft some casters. So I'm basically going to use all of my modules up until I have 6 left, just so that we've got an even 20 of these, I think. But basically it was 40 modules, so 2,000 script. Yeah, let's find out what we got. Alrighty, so let's see what we've got, if it's anything useful. First up is the Nocturnal Plasma Caster with 50 crit damage. Now, crit damage on the Plasma Caster is really good because I do actually intend to use it with VATs quite often. Nocturnal, obviously not the best effect in here because it's not going to give me the best kind of damage all round constantly, but overall, you know, moderately okay, and if I was intending to use a Nocturnal build, it would be okay as well. Next up, we have the Instigating Plasma Caster with bashing damage and 90% reduced weight. Now, Instigating on this is actually potentially quite good on the basis that it hits hard in one hit. So against regular enemies, this is probably going to be killing them quite effectively. Bashing damage, not going to do much, and reduced weight is always a pleasant kind of thing to have on weapons, but, you know, reload speed or VAT reduction cost would probably be the better option in that slot. Now we have the Aristocrats. Aristocrats Plasma Caster with replenish action points with each kill, 15% faster reload. Now, the reason I got excited about this is that middle effect. Now, Aristocrats, fantastic damaging effect. Replenish action points with each kill. This thing, in theory, should be killing most enemies in one hit. Therefore, I'm going to be getting my action points hopefully back for the most part. Combine that with Grim Reaper Sprint, and there's a good chance that I could just continually headshot a crap load of things. I'm actually quite happy with this, and I'm looking forward to seeing how well it actually works. It definitely should be interesting. Next up, we have the Exterminator's Plasma Caster with 25% faster fire rate, faster movement speed while aiming. If this was anything but Exterminators, well, I say anything but specific damage and the two depressing ones, suppressors and the one I always forget, this would be a great gun, but overall it is just let down by its primary effect. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Now, this one's exactly the same. However, what I will say about it is this does have the advantage of being really useful against the Scorched Beast Queen. The VATS crits on there and it breaks 50% slower. So overall, could use it as a queen killer, but outside of that, I think my Aristocrat one just takes a big dump on it personally. Next up, we have the Quad Plasma Caster with 50 damage on limbs. Now, obviously, because it's quad, it does have the utility of being able to fire for longer, but at the same time, limb damage just isn't really a great effect in most cases, so kind of disappointing, unfortunately. Next up, just a Troubleshooter's Plasma Caster. There's not really much else to say. It's going to get scrapped, unfortunately. Then we have the Junkie's Plasma Caster with the same problem. It's just a 1-star, so there's not really much else to say about it. Probably going to scrap it again because it's not going to live up to any real expectations. Then we've got the Berserker's Plasma Caster with VATS hit chance, 90% reduced weight. Now, because of the type of build you typically use heavy weapons, this isn't going to get the real benefit of anything. Unfortunately, I think this is a script weapon, sadly. Then we have another Zealots with 25 damage while aiming and damage resistance while aiming. Again, this is a queen killer for certain, and if I'm not using VATS with it, it is certainly a bigger queen killer than the other one. So I actually might keep that just solely for the Scorched Beast Queen. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed with it. Now we have another Aristocrats. Oh, sweet googly moogly. This is another very good one. Damage while aiming and faster movement speed while aiming. Now this is a very good one for just general use and not using in VATS. So this is the flip side to my other little friend on the other section. I am actually really happy with that. Two very good weapons, two weapons that I will definitely use. Yeah, this so far so good. Next we have the Mutant Plasma Caster with replenish action points with each kill. Mutants is not the best effect, but again it's not the worst. But because I have the Aristocrats with the same effect, it is far superior, so I won't be using this one for certain, unfortunately. Then we have, two-shot Plasma Caster. Replenish action points with each kill and 15% faster reload. Now, in most normal circumstances, two-shot is a very poor effect. However, on this weapon, two-shot is actually incredibly useful. When you add the replenish action points with each kill there, and the 15% faster reload, this is actually, low-key, quite a devastating weapon. Again, very happy with this as well. I've got 3 good ones out of the 20, so I'm actually quite happy. And I've used a two-shot Plasma Caster before, and it was, I think, just a 2-star with a relevant effect in the middle. I'm actually quite happy with this. And again, I would like to test it out and see how it does. How many? Oh, we've got another Aristocrats. Bashing damage, reduced weight. This one lets down the other two, but at the same time, we've got some very good Aristocrats ones already, so I'm actually more than happy. This video is definitely paid for itself so far. How many left do we have? Suppressors, one of them had to be. Bashing damage and stealth field, 3 effects that are just absolute piss. All in the one go. Is what it is. Furious Plasma Caster, it's Furious effect, damage increases with each hit. Overall, nothing really too great, but you know, I've had a lot of good ones. And then we've got Ghoul Slayers with 25 damage while aiming. Again, Ghoul Slayers, any specific damage effect isn't great, so I don't really put too much stress on them. I clearly have better, just from what I've got today. And then, we've got an anti-armor with bashing damage and damage resistance while reloading. Obviously, anti-armor is a good effect, bashing damage not a good effect, and the damage resistance while reloading is actually relatively okay in a heavy build weapon. These things typically don't take that long to reload personally, but you know, it is what it is. I could have wished for a better effect in the middle, but an anti-armor one is definitely a good drop regardless. Then we've got another Zealots with VATS crits and reduced weight. Again, decent queen killer, but outside of that, not really much use personally. Then we've got another Suppressors with the replenish action points for each kill and 5% break slower. Again, not useful at all. And that's the last of them. That's all the ones we got. So let's see what my top picks are. I think you know what they're going to be. Now, for once, I don't actually have a fundamental top pick. All 3 of these weapons, I think, are very, very good. The first one we're going to start off with is the Aristocrats Plasma Caster with replenish action points with each kill, 15% faster reload. Now, this thing is going to allow me to VATS with this weapon a lot more often and kill a lot of targets, especially since the fact that I'm going to be aiming for headshots and whatnot. This thing is going to completely obliterate enemies with very little help. Bigger enemies, not as useful on, but the smaller enemies definitely going to make some damage. Our next baby is the one to be used manually aiming. 25 damage while aiming, faster movement speed while aiming, Aristocrats Plasma Caster. This thing is going to do some big damage on things that I am not using VATS on typically, so big targets like Errol and the Queen. This is probably the better way of using it. I am actually really chuffed with this. I think this is a fantastic weapon, and I'm really looking forward to testing it out in the next couple of days. Now, as I said with the first one, this is low-key the same reasons. 2-shot on this weapon, because it does such big damage, and because I intend to use this one with VATS, it is going to hit those 2 shots. And when you have the second shot doing, you know, a fraction of the original damage, it's going to actually add quite a chunk. Then you've got the faster reload, all of it. This is just a very decent weapon. And again, I want to test this out and see how well it does. This might be later on tested rather than like now. I might leave it a couple of weeks because I don't want to do multiple plasma caster weapon reviews in a week, which is why I'll probably not review all of them at the one time, but we'll see what happens. I'll get to it eventually. Either way, 3 very strong weapons, and I'm very, very happy. So that was today's video. I think I got some fairly great weapons. I don't think just good, I think great weapons today. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And let's thank our YouTube members, which are Golty, Wyatt, Blackburn, Mollers, me, Dealfin Gaming, Colin G, Brian RMC, Peggy McKnight, Matasbo, Devilman Games, Marcus Carsko, Scott S, Bubba Doodle Mom, Ranger McSprudle, and Anxiety Rangers. Big thank to all you. Really can't do this without the continued support of everybody that comes along to say hi during streams, videos, all that kind of thing. And if you'd like to support the channel more, there's a coffee link down below and the join button to become a YouTube member. Overall, I think today's video has been absolutely successful. First crafting that I've done in a long while, and I came out on top, I think. I'm sure a bunch of you will agree as well. It has been relatively great, and that means I will be probably crafting more weapons in the future, but we'll definitely see what I'm going to make. Probably something I've never really used before. Either way, I'll catch you all next time in the Wasteland.